never recorded, yo. Nah, you had a family emergency this week,
oh my gosh.
So did I. This last week has been nuts.
And not just that, but why was I also battling a sinus infection that happened on Monday? I woke up and I said, oh no. I said, not again, because I was sick 2 weeks ago.
Wait, what exactly is a sinus infection? Like, I know it's an infection in your sinuses, right? But what does it feel like, I guess?
Okay, so the first symptom that I know I have a sinus infection, my teeth hurt. Like my gums
You can
hurt.
stop right there.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, keep that in Virginia.
And it's not contagious. That's like the weird thing. Like you can't spread it to someone, but like you get that, and usually it's something right around like spring with the allergies and everything. And I got it specifically because of this cat, and the issue that she basically started. But I told my mom, because it was me, my mom, and my dad. We were like, dang. I said my teeth hurt, and my mom was like, my head hurt. But like, well, you know when it's sinuses, when it's the front of your head. So we were all battling through some sinus infection because of this daggone cat. Okay, so I'll tell you the rundown of what happened.
We ain't even start the show yet. You want to you want to preface the show with this?
Yeah.
You want to tell it now?
No, we can tell it during the show.
Oh, what show? I went to Houston.
Oh, that's right. How was it? What'd you go to Houston for? First off.
They hear podcast music right now. They know. They was following me. They know.
Oh.
I post my boo little chicken nugget head. Love you, baby. Yeah. Went to go visit my lady. We'll talk about it. And it aligns with the topic of the day, because we're going to be talking about when worlds collide, like your personal worlds, like the versions of yourself meet up. Those thoughts and ideas clash, contradictions, all of the things. This is going to be great. But hope y'all been doing all right out there. We're going to get into a couple of things today. You know how we do. Oh, I want to send that to my friends so bad, but I don't want to be ignorant. Oh God. No headlines.
All right. Sue me. Don't actually listen. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Sue her.
Lie.
All right.
You ain't gonna get no money, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Rent is due. All right, so we had let's go into what happened to you last week, and then we can go into what happened. Well, not what happened, what I chose to do. What you went through, it happened to you, so.
Yeah, so we were gonna have an episode out last week, y'all. My fault, but family emergency. The cat that my mom's cat basically got out as she was leaving for work, and this is a cat that she has bonded with, because we started feeding her as a stray cat for 2 years before we could trap her and get her fixed. And we were originally going to give her to a family friend, but the family friend kind of flunked out on the whole exchange. And throughout that time, my mom really developed like a bond with this cat, and she absolutely loves this cat. It's her baby. That's her baby no matter what. Like, I get it. I'm just nothing. I'm just a slice of bread or something to her.
I'll be damned.
But she got out, and the reason she got out was because she wanted to fight this stray cat that my mom's been feeding.
I'll be damned.
This
Jealousy.
This cat
Are these both female cats?
No. So, okay, so my mom has a black cat named Shirley. I named her Shirley when she was a stray that I was feeding. And then my mom was feeding her. because she looked like my cat Tootie. The cat that my mom started feeding, has a soft spot now because there's so many in our neighborhood, and she feeds them and then they go off on their own. This one in particular, we named him Benny the Bengal because he looks like a Bengal cat, which is like a spotted, like leopard looking cat.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really friendly. He was coming up to my mom, let my mom pet her and everything. So it's like, oh, he's a stray, but it looks like he wants to be saved or something. He won't be taken out the streets. So
Oh my.
I'll be damned.
so that set off my mom's cat because every time that she sees this cat on the porch, she bangs her head up against the window because she don't want him on the porch.
I'll be damned.
So she's very territorial. And she was a territorial cat when she was a stray, where she would sleep on our porch, but she would like fight the other cats so that they wouldn't come up on the porch while she was there. And I guess we just forgot about it because she's so lovey-dovey towards us in the house. But basically, every time that my mom opens the door, she knows that my mom's getting ready to feed the cat. And when my mom was leaving for work, no cat in sight. And my dad had the door cracked with his foot. And she was upstairs. Somehow she beelined it down the stairs, bumped up against my dad's leg, and snuck under the screen door, and then was out in the street.
I'll be damned.
And she froze up, got shook, and basically ran off. And my mom was already late for work. And she called me, just hysterical, everything. My heart broke because I know, like, that's your baby one. People don't care about cats like that in the real world. And also, she doesn't have her collar on.
Oh,
because my mom was just getting ready to replace her collar. She was going to swap it out with the air tag. Legit.
Wow.
It happened. And I was devastated for her because it took us a long time to even trap this cat. We had to feed her for 2 years before we came around. And Wednesday, it snows.
I'll
It's
be
gonna be
damned.
below freezing temperatures. Oh my God. So my mom leaves. I'm already at work. I have to fly home.
You
I'm
left
abiding
work
by the law.
early.
Yeah, legit. I was at work. I was at
Wow.
7. My mom called me at 8:15. And if you just heard how she sounded, it was like my heart broke for her because I was like, that's like the worst thing to think about because we have fox, coyote, everything on our street.
Definitely
Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah. And so, and it's also like we got it on our ring alert like a couple days prior that there was a fox in like the cul-de-sac. And so like my heart broke for her because I was like, oh my gosh, this is her baby. And it's hard to get a cat back in the house once it gets out. I flew home. I was at work. I flew home. I was at the house by 9 o'clock, suited up, booted up, ready to
Hold on. What is
hunt.
suited up, booted up? You had a special outfit for this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have a emergency duffel bag in my car.
I'll be damned.
I changed out my slacks so quick, out of my heels, out of my blouse.
Heels?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I be stepping when I go to work. You know,
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
if I gotta sit at a desk, I'm gonna wear the heels.
Oh my God. But not actually use the heels. I understand.
No, I'll do a little to get to like the bathroom and then get back to my desk. But you ain't gonna see me strutting or nothing. It's like, yeah, we're still working on that part. You know, gotta build up the ankle muscles over there. But
I'll be damned.
I changed out of that. I threw on some sweats, grabbed one of my dad's old long sleeve thermal shirts. I had my big old like lumberman jacket coat on and everything. My coach gloves. I was so upset about this because I only had my coach gloves and I didn't have my like gnarled ones that I usually carry around. And I had her carrier, big pound bag of cat food, and I'm walking through the neighborhood yelling her name. I'm yelling her name, Charlie, like just yelling her name, sounding country, like looking in the gutters, looking everywhere. My dad's looking for her. We putting up posters, signs, we driving through the neighborhoods, everything.
Man.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
It's snowing, like full throttle, like snowing on us. We're bundled up on the porch, like we're just looking. We're trying to think of where she is, everything like that. And come to find out, after trying to look for her for 3-4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he leaves me. I'm in the backyard, and I'm sitting there thinking about it. And I said, that looks like a cat ear behind the gate, just sitting under a
I'll
tree.
be damned.
Why was it her watching us for the past 4 hours,
I'll
walk
be
around the
damned.
neighborhood, yelling her name? But not just that, not just that. My dad didn't believe me. He thought I was blind. So I said, "You stay here." I grabbed the can of cat food. I climb the fence. I walk around behind her. Mind you, we're in the woods at this
Mm-hmm.
point because my parents' house, they back to the woods. And I'm in the woods and I'm getting clawed up by all these tree branches because they have thorns on them
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Mm.
Being smacked in the face. I have so many bug bites on me. like I'm
Yo, the
like
things y'all do for y'all pets. Go ahead, yo.
exactly. And I'm coming up behind her and we're trying to call her name. We're like, "Hey, Shirley." We're doing what my mom calls her. It's like, "Hey, pretty girl. Hey, pretty girl." And she's under this tree staring up at me. And at one point I paused because I'm like, "Girl, are you Shirley? Because you looking kind of deranged right now because
Oh.
her pupils were huge, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "I know this is her because she has a clipped ear. Like one of her ears is clipped." And I'm looking at her. She lets me get within a foot. Where I bend down, I open the can of food. I let her smell it, everything. I'm thinking, okay, this is our opportunity. We're gonna just, I hate to admit, but I was like, I'm either gonna have to put her in a chokehold and throw her to my dad, and we're gonna have to run, throw her in the house because we didn't have a carrier to throw her in.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it's either that or I have to scruff her. I don't know. I said either that or I just got to throw all my body weight on this girl and she just gonna end up with like a broken leg or something because I don't know what
Yeah.
else to do.
Yeah.
She looked at me, looked at my dad, looked back at me, bolted.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
So we're in the back of the woods. She bolted on me. I look at my dad. I said, "Really?" I run behind her. I'm running through these woods. Mind you, it's not level. Like the ground is not level. There's trees that have fallen, everything like that. I'm trying to make sure I don't roll my ankle in the process of trying to remember, like, okay, where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's a black cat. Like she sticks out in the snow.
Yeah.
Turns around after she gets to like she hit the 55-meter dash on me. She turns around at the 20-meter mark, looks back, sees that I'm still following her. She gallops, gets out of sight, out of mind on me, and I'm like, I cannot find her for the life of me. This is Wednesday. My mom comes home. She comes home. She's like, "Did you find her?" No. She just ran off on me. We're back in the woods. The next day, I legit woke up, bug bite, scratches, everything
All
on
beat
me.
up. All beat up for this
All
cat.
beat up.
Mm.
All beat up. Coach gloves, ruined, gone. I got twigs in my hair, twigs in my coat, everything. So this was Wednesday. We did not get her until Saturday.
Wow, but y'all got her.
We got her. So she was watching the house. And it got to the point where we were like, okay, we need to set a trap out for her. We're just gonna have to trap her again, which is unfortunate because she's not for cats, they don't recognize their name once they're outside and they're overwhelmed and they're stressed. So it's like you can't really call them by their name because they're not gonna respond or anything like that. And it's like you have to just try to coax them out with food, and the best time to look for them is when it's dusk. And so it's like, okay, well, the good thing is we know that she's on a routine. So it's like she knows around like 5:30 she's getting fed dinner. So it's like we should see her. And the thing is we were seeing her. She was across the street in our neighbor's yard and just wouldn't come back. And I would say, "Girl, come back." And so what she would do is my mom would like call out to her and everything. She'd meow at my mom, but she wouldn't come closer. Or our neighbors decided that they were just going to get busy for no reason, and all these cars come flying down the street and scare her back into the gutter. And so we're like, our street has never been this busy, and there's so many posters up and signs that says that we are looking for our cat. Like, I don't understand. Like, our one neighbor has a German Shepherd. They let the German Shepherd run without a leash on. So my mom put food out for her. She looks at the ring, thinks that it's the cat. No, it's the German Shepherd eating all the food.
I'll be damned.
So we're just
Neighbor ain't
pissed.
helping at all.
No, like
Y'all ain't returned that cup of sugar or something. What the heck is this?
I was like, okay. I said, so the next time y'all get a package that delivers to the wrong address, I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay,
Don't do that.
I was like, I'll put it in your mailbox, but you're not gonna hear anything from me. But on Saturday, we were basically setting up to pull an all-nighter on her because she kept setting off my mom's ring at 1 a.m. So we said, all right, I bought a rotisserie chicken for this girl because I said, I'm going to lure you with some chicken because that's how we got you the first time around. And my mom had a crock pot chicken breast, and she let slow cook all day and some broth and everything. We were just letting the aromas come up to the porch. This girl, she gonna get up out the gutter, look at us, do a stretch, and then come trotting up to my mama on the porch while we setting up the trap. Four
I'll be
days.
damned.
She goes up to my mom for a pet. My mom grabs her. She turns around, looks at my mom, meows. My mom throws her in the house, yelling at us, "Close the door! Close the windows! Close the windows!" And she's sitting there looking at us, and she's back to normal. I said, "You had my mother stressed for 4 days."
She was coming back the whole time.
And that's why my dad said, "I don't like cats because they always make it difficult. They always come back on their own time." And he says, "A dog wouldn't do that." And I'm like, no. She had us stressed because there was definitely sights of a fox in our cul-de-sac the same night that she got out. And it was below freezing with snow for 2 days, the first 2 days that she was gone. I said, why? Why would you do that? So I put that air tag back on her, and I'm just the emotions of it all. And that's probably why we all had sinus infections, because we were all outside in the snow. Not sick, but sinus infection because the mold on the leaves. So.
You've been through it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I looked at her and I said, "I can't wait to put you in a glittered up dress and I'm taking pictures." Because she hates wearing clothes. And I said, "You gonna wear some clothes, okay? Because I got bites."
I'll be damned.
I said, "I got bug bites."
Well, keep your cats inside, ladies and gentlemen, and watch those corners. Watch your corners when you got a pet out there. I'm glad y'all got I'm glad y'all got her back though. I do understand that people really, really love their pets, and yeah, it took y'all 2 years to bring her inside, so I know that had to be scary. But yeah, it's interesting because I had a cat that I lost in my divorce, named Frank. Not a real divorce, but
named Frank.
Yeah, named Frank. We used to let him go outside, like
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
we would open he lived like at night. We would put him in the garage and we would just lift the garage door enough for him to get in and out. He'd roam the streets at night and then he'd come back home every day. Because what happened with us was something we read on the internet. But the first time he got out, we had your experience ish, and maybe it's because he was a boy. The backyard wasn't that big, but it was like, I can't even describe it. Maybe the size of a classroom, right? That mug, maybe 2 classrooms. That mug jumped over the wooden fence we had. Like,
they jumped high.
He jumped over the wooden fence, and there's a tall ass pine tree, and he scaled it. It all happened in like 5 seconds. I don't know who had the door open, and he went up that tree, and she went ah. I said, hey. I said he'll be back. He'll be back. He knows where his food is. He knows where his home is. And she kept looking. I said, "There's nothing we can do." Like, he went up the tree, and I'm not calling 911 for this. And it was in the easement, so it was in the back of everyone's houses. Like, there's like like an alley, and I'm like, I don't even think a fire truck can fit back there. But yeah, I said just leave the garage up, and he came back. He always came back. So he goes out, and he used to go out and do all kind of stuff, man. Sometimes he come back limping. Sometimes he come back have a scar. Sometimes we found other cats in the garage eating his food. But he always came back, though. He liked to roam them streets and come home.
No, I told them, I said, once you an indoor cat, that's it. You done. Retired from the street life.
He had a hybrid schedule.
Also, there was a video. I need to send you the video because Friday night, she finally was able to fight that cat that she had beef with. And it sounded ridiculous. She hid under my mom's car in the driveway, and that cat came up the driveway, paused, and was like, something don't feel right. Then came up, and all of a sudden you heard this warrior cry. Like, we've never heard this from my mom's cat before. And they dove into the gutters, and I was like, whatever it was, she came back, no problems, no limping, no scratch marks, but we have not seen that Bengal cat since.
It's still over there in the gutters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, we have not seen him since.
I'll be damned.
since Friday, and he was like religiously at the front door. She really
Y'all ain't
tore
right.
him. Yeah.
Y'all ain't right, man. The cat has returned. What's my... We're glad. We're happy.
Airtight back on.
Gotta take care of those pets, y'all.
Hello.
Don't let them out if they ain't ready to be out. Everybody can't be like Frank.
And not my Tootie.
Definitely
She
not
got the
Tootie.
shakes.
All right, so I announced the last time on here that I was in a relationship, and yeah, I went to go see her. So it's interesting because this is I don't even remember what I said on the last episode. This is a different level and different version of dating because her and I hold on. Oh, that's somebody's truck. I'm like, what the heck is that beeping noise? We went to college together, so we've known each other for 20 years, literally. That's like the age I'm at now. Like, I'm that old, Erica.
Wow.
I have friends that I've known longer than you've been alive.
Wow.
I still have friends from elementary school and high school. And what year were you born?
2000, the Y2K craze.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple friends from high school. Yeah, so, you know, we reconnected December of last year, and we've literally talked every day since, and just a lot of thoughts, feelings, and just all the stuff came out, right? And you know, it's like the energy, like when you have energy with someone and it's always been good, y'all never had an issue, never really had any beef or nothing like that. It's just always timing and circumstances always got in the way, and then they pop back up. And so this goes into kind of like the topic of the show, which is, you know, when your worlds collide. So she came at the perfect time, and at I was going through a lot of transitions. So I was open because there are some things I needed to take care of before I went out and tried to date anybody's daughter. I needed to get my life together. So I literally just got it together. I just got the new job. Income went up. I was like, all right, cool. The plan is rolling. Then she pops up. I'm like, whoa, whole relationship. Like we talking, we're together. I don't get cold feet. But I did like, I was like, I think maybe we're moving too fast. And also, there was one thing I was holding on to. It's like, I've been rebuilding my life, and now that I'm here, I'm about to be back in a space to where I have all my own again, right? Mm-hmm. And from there, it becomes, well, who am I now? Because, like, I'm not doing the stuff I would normally do here. Like, there's a lot of things, like, I'm going to be playing. Like, there's so many things, and I was like, I don't want those things, or I don't know who I'm going to be once I get that back. And I don't know if that person will fit this relationship. That's how I was just truly feeling, because I'm like, yo, I know like what type of time I'm gonna be on, right? But then I thought about it, and I also told myself too, and this is what I mean when I say worlds collide, right? So you have the Rob part of me who wants, there's the single part, and then there's like the relationship part, and it's like, also I'm a methodical person. I like to think, I like to plan. Don't really do that with this podcast. That is so funny. I will send Erica a topic like 30 minutes before. Usually a day before. But anyway, I like to plan stuff. I'm methodical. And I told myself, I was like, the next time I'm interested in somebody, I'm going to take my time. Yeah. Because I go all in. Like, it's like, if we're in a relationship, that means, all right, marriage is the goal. Like, the end. So it was happening all very fast. So that collided with that. I prefer not to be long distance. This is long distance. It collided with that. So there were a lot of things that I'm like, yo, I'm not doing this. These are my boundaries. But then but the woman, I said, ooh, shit. I'm like, if I'm going to if I'm going to step out of my comfort zone for anybody, it would be her. Hands down, no questions asked, because she's never given me a reason to question her about anything. She's been upfront, honest, talk about everything. So I was like, if you're going to be uncomfortable with somebody, like, be uncomfortable with her, because she got you. She's always had you. She's always been good to you. and she's doing the same thing because she got her own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So those worlds collided, man, and that's something you should really think about as a person. Like when those worlds collide, you got to pick one. You know what I'm saying? It's just most of the time we see this with criminal scenarios, somebody trying to go straight, and then someone from that past comes up. It's like, oh man, I remember we used to be in the street hitting people with bottles, and now you think you better than me because you own a hotel. Yeah,
I love those movies.
Yeah, so that's really what happened, man. But it's been a beautiful thing. It's been very natural, just very smooth. But and we'll talk about more worlds colliding. But yeah, Houston. So flew down, almost missed my connecting flight because the boarding time was wrong. Shout out to Delta for y'all need to do something with y'all app to where people have connecting flights. The information is just as what's the word I'm looking for? Just as clear and up to date as the initial flight. Because I was standing at the gate and nobody was there, but I was early. And then I just kept looking. Then I was like, y'all boarding? She was like, you about to bet y'all play. Excuse me? So I got on the plane. I was literally like the last person on the plane. I was like, my bad. I'm like, y'all didn't, there was no announcements. There was no nothing, man. So I landed and walked straight over to it. But anyway, that happened. Travel was good. I didn't really take a huge bite out of Houston. I did eat at a couple of staples. Shout out to
What'd
Breakfast.
you have?
I went to Breakfast Club. We went to Breakfast Club. So I had the catfish and grits and potatoes. Everything was absolutely delicious. The lemonade was delicious. Need to cut it with a little bit of water. Just a little bit of water. It was almost syrup.
Did they have strawberry lemonade? Just regular
I didn't
lemonade?
look. I had regular lemonade. They might have. We did that. That was delicious. Went to one of her favorite coffee shops. I ain't gonna shout out her spots because people out here crazy. Went to one of her coffee spots. That was good. That was fun. Tiffany's cookies we went to a cookie place. Them cookies were absolutely amazing. Went to a cupcake place. They had like they're like known for cupcakes too, and they're like big cupcakes. We got peach cobbler cupcakes and some other stuff. That was good. Did we do anything else? Texas? I went to some like indoor, I can't remember the name of it, but it'd be on YouTube. It's like an indoor plaza with like food and shopping, and they have like a rooftop area where they do stuff. So we went there as well. Had some West Indian or West African? I don't remember. Some cultural food. It was absolutely delicious. Everything was delicious, but more importantly, our time together was just absolutely amazing. It was perfect. Aww. I mean, she was herself. Because I want to say some things when I say that, but I can't do that because I gotta be careful how much I say on here. I don't care, but I mean, very, very like it felt like, well, really, we have been. It felt like a 20-year relationship. It felt like, aww. Yeah, it felt like I know you know me. It's all good. Like, you know, so I'm burping, I'm farting, I'm doing all the things. Yeah.
Y'all already settled.
Settled. You know, I walk around. Never mind, I can't say that.
Wow. Okay.
No, I want to say it so bad, but a lot of y'all do it too when y'all comfortable. A lot of y'all. It's weird, and I don't like it, but I know y'all do it, so whatever. The bathroom door. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Y'all weird. It's like y'all. Hey, you're too far away from me. Yeah, I don't understand that. But anyway, yeah, we were very, very comfortable, very relaxed, and yeah, there was just a lot of love and just a lot of affection and a lot of conversation and a lot of just groove. Like everything flowed. Even the small stuff, like. Cause she reads books. She's a book reader, heavy book reader. I'm a gamer.
Do you know what genre she likes?
She likes smut and like fantasy. And yeah, she has tons of books. She's giving me some good stuff to read. But the small things are what stood out to me. Like the fact that, you know, when I say I wanted her to be herself because I wanted to see how we naturally fit. So what she does, she'll pull up a scene like on YouTube, Like, you know, they'll have like woods and like a little fire and they'll play
Oh,
like
yeah.
soft music. She'll pull that up and just sit on the couch and read a book. And
Ooh.
she will do that for like 3 hours. Like,
That just gave me an idea.
yeah, that's how she does. So, you know, there are times where she was like, do you want to watch what you're watching on TV? I just had my iPad, my earpods in. So, like, we spent a large chunk of time just being in each other's space, but not doing the same thing.
In silence, yeah.
Yeah, and that felt really good. Like, nothing felt forced. And I was like, I want you to be comfortable. Because, like, I love my iPad and my earbuds. Like, that I'm either doing that or playing Xbox or I'm on my laptop. Like, that's my comfort zone. And I'm used to that anyway. When I'm on the road, I don't ever watch TV because I stream everything. That's my little streaming baby over there. So, it's like, I'm good. I don't need the big screen. So, that felt really good. I bought Wii Sports for her on her Switch, or Switch Sports, and we didn't even play it. That's crazy. But I told her, I was like, since she's competitive, I was like, you need to have this. But it went really well, man. Also, you know, we're going to talk about it, but the flow of the money, like, I'm not going to get into our whole conversation, but like, there were just times where she paid or I paid, she paid, I paid. That felt good too, because I was trying to make sure that, like, I understand, like, I'm visiting you and you're thinking about, oh, he bought a plane ticket, but also, like, you're still my lady and this shit is expensive. So there, like, one person don't need to bear all the costs. So I was trying to make sure that I was being as fair as possible as far as when stuff was coming through. So that went well as well. We gonna readjust the budget on that though, because I added that son bitch up when I got bite. I ain't got it like that, y'all. I added up when I got bite, and I took the
You had it back then. You had it back then.
What?
For a good weekend. For a good weekend trip.
And now it was well worth it. I don't regret it. But we did do a lot. Like, we ate out the whole time. We didn't cook anything.
But was it your first time in Texas though? So it's like,
yeah,
that was guaranteed. You were gonna eat at a lot of places.
Yeah, but it's expensive because when I think about it, we had sandwiches the first night. The next day, I think we had I didn't eat that much. Oh, well, I was eating fresh fruit. I'm just trying to think of everything we did. Anyway, I was like, yeah, that was a lot. So, like, maybe next time, because I'm probably going to go for a week at a time.
Yeah.
And she'll come here for a week at a time because we both work remotely. We'll probably just do, like, 2 or 3 places. That's probably a lie, but we'll see.
Just so that you guys can, like, explore and try different things together.
That's something else we didn't do. Maybe we can, but this was like the first visit, so, you know, it's like nerves and then, like, let's feel it out. But I mean, we fit like a glove, yo, for real. It felt like what a relationship should feel like, especially at our age. Like, she ain't 40 yet, but you can tell that she's had experience and is healed and has learned from her past, and so have I. And there's just certain, not having to completely get to know somebody and build trust and all that, it makes things a lot easier. All whole lot
small
easier.
Talk.
Oh my God, yes. And I love the fact that we don't really have to talk. Like, it's crazy. Like, because I don't like continue. Like, I can talk. Like, I know I have a podcast. What you mean? But I like in person, especially peanuts. I don't like peanuts. Just people just arbitrarily bringing up stuff just so they can talk. Yeah, no. But great visit, great time.
That's the first time I've ever heard of that.
What, peanuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, my homeboys talk that. You know, you got that one person in your life. Could be an aunt, uncle. They talk about the same thing or something that's just not relevant to your life. We call that peanuts.
Interesting. I need to add that to the lingo.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring more of Houston, and also, you know, I am moving Houston. I'm not coming there immediately, but I'm not ruling it out, and I'm not ruling out multiple homes either. It was the food was absolutely delicious. They have spoiled me. I had Korean barbecue for the first time.
Oh my gosh, how was it?
It was absolutely delicious. Basically,
is that where you cook the food yourself?
Yeah. So, like, basically, you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse?
Yeah.
It's like that, except for you cooking it. So they have all kind of cuts of meat on the menu, and you just tell them what you want, and then they'll go back and prepare it if they prepare it, because some of it just was like, did y'all season this? And some of it was marinated, and they'll just bring you the raw meat and you just cook it. But you could also order like sides like fried rice and all that other stuff, and they'll bring it out to you cooked. And I felt bad because I felt like it was expensive. I heard the bill, but I don't know. She paid for that one, but
you pay for the experience.
I would have eaten more. Like I wasn't prepared. Like had I known that, I would have made sure I was really hungry. And my appetite wasn't what it normally is either. And I also don't eat a lot anymore at this age. Like even since I've lost weight. So like buffets and stuff like that. But that place, the way they season. God dang it, I can't remember. Not spare ribs. Was it? Yeah, spare ribs. Was it the little ribs? Like I don't know. Whatever that piece of meat was, delicious. It's like has like the little bones. It's like 5 little bones like this, and then it's like the meat.
Baby backs.
It's not a. Why you sound like an extra from King of the Hill? Baby backs.
It was
a riblet. It was delicious. I tried pork belly and beef cheek. Not those cheeks. Man, it was delicious, man. All the meat melted in our mouths. Pause. So, yeah, it was absolutely delicious, man. But I see you, Texas. I didn't experience the heat yet, though. You ever been to Texas?
No, but I'm actually making plans to go in the summer. So that's why I said, oh, you're going to Texas.
Where you want to
go? There's so many places. But
what city?
Okay. I got like 3. So, definitely want to see San Antonio, want to see Austin, want to see Dallas. I don't think there's any other cities.
You don't want to see Houston?
Oh, Houston, duh. Yeah.
Beyonce would be disappointed. Yo,
oh, girl, when she lowered them concert tickets, then maybe we could
absolutely
talk.
not. She's not lowering nothing.
She broke my heart because I said, I got some cowgirl boots in my closet, and I saw them ticket prices. I said, and I will be
how much were the ticket prices again?
It was 600 nosebleed. I said, hello?
You're breathing the same air as Beyonce. You got to pay.
I said, am I? If I'm all the way up here, like Beyonce.
Her carbon dioxide coming up there.
I said, I'm the one singing Texas Hold'em, and the whole section 400 is. I was like, we ain't gonna hear her.
Well, if I see Beyonce in Texas, I'll see if I can hook you up, man.
We'll my gosh, please do.
But
either her or if you see Megan Thee Stallion. Oof. Yeah.
Same. Got you. Yeah.
I love them Texans. There's something in the water. They just come out different.
They happy because they got a good ass food down there, probably.
Yeah, and their apartments and their houses be looking so nice. I'm always so jealous when I see it on like Instagram and on TikTok. When this girl said, come tour my 1-bedroom so-and-so in Houston. And she got like this full like floor to ceiling windows, drive up. It's like a loft apartment, everything. It looks like a townhouse. And she's saying that's a 1-bedroom apartment. I said, girl. I said, do I got to move to Texas?
How much? Hold on.
Like, it wasn't that bad.
You about to have me looking again. You about to have me looking. Don't play.
It truly wasn't that bad. I think she said... It's lower than Nova.
Oh.
Yeah. And Nova be taxing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like, I want to say it was maybe around like 21.
Okay.
At the most.
Okay.
And I said, but like when you looked at everything and looked at how much space she had, and she had a private patio, I said, come on.
Noted. All right. I got to do another search when I get off here.
Yeah.
But worlds colliding. So that's what I did when my worlds collided, y'all. The single Rob, focus, driven with these things, came across a romance, a world with love, and he had to make a decision. He had to make some decisions. And it was a battle. It was a struggle. And it didn't really have anything to do with her. It had to do with, am I ready to flip that switch to go into relationship mode? Because it's no longer I, me, my. Is we, us.
Mm-hmm.
What we doing? How we doing? And then, and when I say that, like, I ain't gonna put our business out there, but we've already got like a couple things planned that are already shifting things in my life. Not in a bad way, but it's just like, oh, this is part of being in a relationship. But when you have a dope ass partner like her and a good partner who understands, like she even told me when I was there, like before I left the night before, she was like, I really appreciate you like coming to see me and like really put in the effort, because she said, I know you have goals and I know you have plans. Like I know what you're trying to do, because she knows I'm trying to buy a house, and when you're trying to buy a house, especially now, every penny counts. Every. And she knows that, and you know that's part of maturity too. Like I told her, I was like, I'm not going to overextend myself. Like once I get the house, then things may look different, but like right now, this is what this is gonna look like. But I think we'll see each other enough between now and then, and we got some stuff planned. That's gonna be really fun. But I am looking forward to having so much fun with her and just chilling with her and relaxing with her and just being in her space, because it's just very peaceful in a way that I have not experienced in a very long time. There's no like societal norms of, well, we in a relationship now, so we have to we have to go through these motions. Like shit, we skipped dating.
Yeah, you did.
We skipped dating, like literally skipped dating, because I know her, she knows me, and it's just like this works, and the attraction is there, and the chemistry is there. So it's like we gonna do all the other stuff. Like we already know how to do all the other stuff. We know what matters to the other person. It ain't even about the dates. It's about, yo, we both like good food and we both like peace, among other things. All right, so. Ericca, tell us about a time when your worlds have collided. Maybe fun Ericca bumped up against, hey, I'm trying to be responsible and save money Ericca.
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
Who wins that battle?
Well,
you have your own apartment, so.
Hey, yes, but man.
The camera point, but man.
Man, like.
The war isn't over.
Oh, absolutely not. Because I feel like that's like my tagline. If you ask like my parents or like my friends, I'm constantly saying, I deserve a treat. I should treat myself. I say it to myself all the time. And I noticed that a lot. Where is it? Treat yourself. I say it all the time to myself, because I'm like, you work hard. You work really hard. You will never be this young ever again in your life. Do you just want to remember work? So, you know how like people have like those two little like angel devil on their shoulders? I have my, not selfish me, but the me that's just like, let go, be free, free spirit, have fun, because you want to make sure that you have like memories to look back on. While the more serious, mature version of me is just like, you have a plan. You are going into your mid-20s. You want to make sure that you have 3, 5, 7 years of your life already planned out to a T. And if it does not go the way that it's supposed to go, we're going to like freak out. So that's like an internal thing, and it happens constantly. Like if you listen to the phone calls with my mom, like when I drive into work, I call her. And I call her just because I've gotten into the habit before I moved out where I would just talk to her before I would leave for the road and everything, and then I would text her that I like made it into work. But now I've just called her since I moved out. And the last 30 minutes of my drive is me basically telling her, I'm like, I'm conflicted. Like half of me is like, have fun, have fun, have fun. The other half of me is like, be serious, be serious. Paycheck, paycheck, paycheck. Where the money at? So absolutely constantly all the time. And I want to say more recently, I've kind of figured out the middle ground to it, I will say. I think I have, where I allow myself, well, I don't allow myself, but I tell myself where it's like, you should have something fun to look forward to at least one weekend out the month where you're going out, you're doing something. But every week on either Saturday or Sunday, you should be doing something for yourself without feeling like you can't, basically, because you don't want to get into the mindset. And I guess my dad has also like drilled this into my head, is like, you don't want to get into the mindset where all you're doing is just so serious, work, so focused on the future lies ahead of you, that once you start accomplishing things, you never have the time to enjoy. So it's like, yeah, I got all these like medals and I got all of these promotions and everything like that, but that's not enough, because at the end of the day, you'll never be satisfied. Um, so that's something that I'm trying to do now, because now that I moved out, I kind of like I like shut the doors down. I said barricade. No, I said you is not having fun. You is not treating yourself.
Here you go.
And I was like, you can't do that, because then all that's leading is to you like either splurging like crazy on an impulse, and then basically like just that's gonna spiral into something. But
And something you don't want.
exactly, I just said now I done got like a closet filled with random stuff that I'm gonna have to get rid of, because why did y'all let me buy this unsupervised?
Man, listen, here's the thing. I struggled very hard with what you're talking about.
Yeah.
For a period, right? And then I had to really learn myself and say, okay, what really is it, right? Because like when you shop and you buy something, it's actually a hit of dopamine. It feels good, right? And then I had to redirect it. I was like, what are some things that are actually going to be useful, that I enjoy, that I can put this money towards? And let me be strategic with this money, because, you know, I'm trying to buy a house, trying to do all kinds of stuff, right? Want to invest. But I'm like, the more money I put on over here to treating myself, the less I have to do these other things. So there are times where it's like, okay, you know what? For the next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to only put anything extra towards this, because this needs to be paid off. Like, forget all unless the fun thing or thing I want is like 50-60% off, and I can like Klarna afterpay it. If I can do that, we can make some stuff work, or some type of flex pay, 0 interest for 6 months, whatever, PayPal, whatever. If I can do that, I'll do that. But that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to pay. There's 2 debts I'm trying to pay off, and I'll be looking at my bank account, and I'm like, ooh, I can get a PS5. Ooh, I can get that racing wheel I want. Ooh, I can get that wireless headset I want. Ooh, expanded memory. Ooh, another pistol. Ooh, some ammo. Like, so many things I want to do, but I'm like, hey, put that over there toward that bill, because those things, they're still going to be there. They're not going anywhere. And also, I am learning to really take advantage of sales cycles. Learning and understanding how the places you shop, how they work, and when they do sales. Like now, I don't really buy nothing from none of my favorite websites, because now I understand, like, at least once a month they do up to about 12% off. If I don't see that, I ain't even clicking on it. If I don't see that. But also, my biggest purchases, I've gotten to a point in my life now where I believe my biggest purchases, I have the patience to wait till Black Friday, because it really is worth it, in my opinion. Like Black Friday, I've gotten stuff 60, 70, 40, 50% off, and I'm like, this feels way better than if I would have bought this in June or July, like I almost did. I waited. But it just comes with learning, growing. And then the other thing too is the business stuff. Parts of that are fulfilling. Like, buying my house is it's not really a sacrifice. I'm still treating myself to something. It's just something serious, but something I need and want. So I want you to always remember that, you know, when it comes to the business, you are chipping away at something that's going to give you a bit more freedom down the road, and something you won't have to worry about down the road. But yes, you are right. I do like what you're doing as far as treating yourself. And if it becomes a problem, or you have too many raised eyebrows, set aside a budget. That's something I'm going to do eventually, but I don't really spend a lot of extra on myself. I might spend $150 a month on myself. That's between like video games or like a really nice dinner and fast food. I might spend that on myself a month. But yeah, I know that as I make more and begin to do more, I'm gonna set aside a budget. Well, now shit, I'm in a relationship, and she likes to vacation at least twice a year. Automatic budget item. Yeah, I was like, Nah, nothing wrong with a vacation. Nothing wrong with a vacation. It's just the paying for it part. And I was like, I'm cool with it. I was like, I'm the person. Hey, let me know like 6 months ahead. Hey, I want to go here
installments.
Yeah, so I can do installments or la 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 la. Cause yeah, I'm looking
That's
forward to it though.
that's my thing is that that's what I've been doing is if I don't really eat out at all now because I
Congratulations.
enjoy so much cooking. I enjoy cooking so much. It was something that I enjoyed a lot when I was in Richmond and I had moved into my first apartment. And now it's like I enjoy doing that. I do my meal prep for like a week out and I sit down, I cook so many different meals and then I take pictures and send it to my mom. I'm like, look at what I made and everything, put everything in the freezer. So I never have to eat out or order out unless I'm just like, and even then I'm like, none of the food around here tastes good enough for me to order out if I know the quality is going to be terrible. But what I do now is I try to focus, I try to do a blend of things. So like, ugh. So if I'm focused and worried about like my future, whether it's health related, physical, mental, emotional, professional, every week if I do something tailored to one aspect of me in the future, then it gives me a bonus point where it's like, okay, because you did that, you can look forward to doing this. Like this is your
Hmm.
treat. So like one of my gifts to myself is I love purses. I love bags. I'm going to buy myself a bag. I know I am, but I'm not going to buy it until I know that I reached a goal in stone for like professional development. Um, so one of it is working on my resume. Doing a lot of volunteering. That's what I've been doing too, is I've been doing stuff to stack and beef up my resume. So I'm like, okay, so this pays off because this helps me professionally. I get to practice all of my soft skills. You
Hmm.
know, I get to apply this. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy myself a bag once all this is over with because there you go, girl. Good for you. On the weekends, I do a lot of fitness classes because I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm healthy and everything as I get older. And I like fitness, but instead of being so stressed out, like, oh my gosh, like I want to look like this, I want to look like that, I'm like, Eric, older Erica, she's gonna feel great, look great. You're doing these classes, you have your Apple Watch, you getting your steps in, everything. Like, good for you, girl. Like, you get to go out with your friends, have fun, dance.
Yeah.
Like it's just like alternating like different things and it's like no more like I used to be like a very like clothes type of person, but also I buy a lot of my clothes secondhand to
Hmm.
begin with. It's just how like my mom like she raised me. It was like you could get so much for from the thrift store and then go get what you really want brand new if that's what you want. But at least you have an abundance at this point. You're not spending $150 and walk away from the store with two things. So I can't wait. Like I'm like, okay, I've been working, and it's like if I feel like I want something new, I want new clothes. I don't know
Hmm.
what I want to do. It's like you're gonna take a trip to the thrift store, or I said that I wanted to really get into expanding my vocabulary because I feel kind of like stagnant in a way because I didn't go. I'm so strangled, y'all. But
You are strangled. Are you okay?
yeah, yeah, because I lost my voice on Monday. I sound like an old man again, and it's finally coming back. But every time that I take a breath, it's like, but
Jesus.
you know these ailments. But I went, but I wanted to expand my vocabulary because I felt a little bit stagnant because I didn't go to grad school or anything. And I'm like, I still miss doing certain things that I used to do in school, and to make sure I don't miss out, I read like if I read, my goal is to read a book a week. I finish a book in 2 days at this point. And what I do is my reward, you go to the bookstore, girl. Congrats. You just
What you
expanded
be
your book.
reading?
Thrillers. I love a good thriller and a mystery. And horror, I probably didn't pronounce that correctly. But
Close enough. You said
yeah.
horror.
Yeah, you heard the R's
I
were
heard the
fighting.
R's. It didn't sound like whore. It sounded like horror. I heard the R.
In third grade, my teacher couldn't tell the difference. She was like,
Oof.
"Would you?" She was like, "What'd you say?"
Hi.
I was
Oh,
like,
little
I said,
Erica.
I like horror, but I love those. Those are my jam, and I read them like I legit just finished a book like yesterday. Finished it. I started on Friday. I was like, if I'm at work, and then also Someone called it hobby stacking or something like that, where basically what you can do is when you have something that you really don't feel like doing, you reward yourself with doing something in between as you make progress on it, so that way you get like a positive mindset after it. So whenever I'm at work and I'm like, oh, I don't even have my phone near me or anything like that, and I'm so tired of emails, I just turn around, read for 5 pages. I'm like, all right, back to work.
Y'all know that reading. What do you what's your medium
What do you mean?
for reading? You physical books, or you got a Kindle or iPad?
Okay, so I used to have a Kindle Fire when I was younger, and I love paperback, like hard copies, a lot because I, I'm I'm the type of person I like to highlight and annotate
Okay.
and pens, and sometimes depending on the book, sometimes they just say something that just really sticks with you, and it's like, oh, I was like, you can't get that same like essence if you're reading it like electronically, you know what I mean? And I know you're not supposed to, and it probably messes with a lot of like book readers, but I love to like, yes, you can use a bookmark, da 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 da, but I like to dog ear certain pages.
Not you dog ear. Are you a dog ear?
Or-
Are you a dog ear highlighter?
No,
Okay.
I won't do that. But I know what I also will do is when I open a book, you see, I was looking for a book. Open a book. I spread that.
Oh, you spread it
spine.
all the way open so it won't be. So you won't have to put that thumb in the middle while you.
Nope. I will legit open it and I will smear
I'll
it
be
down.
damned.
I will
I'll be
smear it
damned.
down. And I know that makes a lot of people cringe once they see it. And I said, ooh, I love a good fresh book. And then I will smear it. I said, no. Like,
I
break the
love a
book
good
in.
fresh book so I can break its spine. You're crazy.
Yes. I love it. I love it so much.
There is nothing wrong with that.
They be so irritated with me in Barnes and Noble.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to ask you some questions about reading later. But I ain't gonna keep you. We not gonna keep y'all. We got a message for the brothers, and then we up out of here.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you status update on me being in the ER a couple weeks ago.
Do what?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
You ain't never
So
told me that?
I did. I texted you. I said I went to the hospital. It was at the beginning of the month. Remember? Yeah.
Clearly not.
I texted you.
Because
I texted you because it was a Wednesday, and I said, "Hey, I'm in the hospital, so I don't think I'm gonna make it to record it tonight."
Oh my God.
So I just wanted to let you know because I found this out a couple of days ago. Did you know with protein powders?
Oh shit, don't do this.
No, I think you're fine. I think you're fine. It's just for people who are allergic to a lot of things, like me. So I didn't know. My mom had to tell me this as I'm driving to work. She said, you know, there is an article where basically protein powders, she was telling me that I need to stay away from supplements because I was like on an uptick of trying to get my protein and my fiber, everything in at one point. I get really obsessed over stuff like that. And this was back in October.
You're scaring me. I have a bunch of supplements on my dresser right now, but they're like plant-based.
No, you're fine. You're fine. As long as it's plant-based. So for the protein powder, basically what they do, non-plant-based protein powder, what they do is they take, the way that they get so much protein in it is they basically take like almonds or like nuts or anything like that, and they grind it up and put it in the powder, and they don't list it. So imagine me, I'm taking this protein powder that I took when I was 19 and when I was 20. I've been taking that protein powder since I was 19 and 20 off and on throughout the years. I know that your body changes and everything as you get older, but this was my first ever protein powder and I used it back then. I started taking it back in September, and I told you how I went to the hospital because I noticed that I was having like weird issues where I felt like very like swollen and puffy and everything, and I couldn't figure out like why. And it was like my body like did a complete 180 on me. In November is when I really noticed it. And have been struggling since October, but November after Thanksgiving, that's when I like it clicked for me. I said something's off here. I said because I'm having like symptoms of like just being so like lethargic and everything else, and I can't figure out what's wrong with me. And I was like, and nothing's changed in my diet that much that I can think of. The protein powder.
Mm.
We go to the emergency room, and that's when the doctor, not the guy, but he was telling me that I was probably developing a stress ulcer. So, yes.
Jesus.
But my mom said,
A stress ulcer is crazy.
yeah. But I don't think it was a stress ulcer. I was heading towards one, but not fully at one yet. So that's why he was like, okay, we're gonna give you some medication and you need to calm down, girl. I said, got it, doc. But
You're too young to be that stressed. You're not.
exactly.
You're not, but because the world is crazy right now.
Yeah, and so that's what my mom told me a couple of days ago is when they have protein powders or anything where it's protein and it's not all natural, 9 times out of 10, they're crushing up like nuts and everything or using like almond flour or stuff like that and throwing it in and they don't list it. And sometimes if they do list it, they list it by a chemical name or they don't list it at all. And so that's something that my mom and I have run into an issue with all my life is a lot of brands and products like to list the chemical names for nuts and then you have an allergic reaction and they're like, well, we put it in the label. Who's gonna call it by neolactic acid? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
just do what everyone else does and put it on the thing and say contains nuts. That's all you gotta do.
Exactly. But they don't. So the dots clicked into place too. So I just wanted to let everyone out there, if you have a nut allergy, stay away from protein powder. You better get a rotisserie chicken and just eat it.
I'm playing the message for the brothers. She really told y'all just go eat a whole rotisserie chicken.
Hey, I got a chicken breast in the fridge. I'm gonna eat that.
It might help if I unmute. Brothers, man, listen. To the theme of the show, because this is something I know we go through on a different level, just as men. When those worlds collide, man, it's okay. Well, hold on, let me say that. When those worlds collide, you have to decide two things. This is what it really comes down to for me. Typically, one side is who you are / who you were. And the other side is who you are / who you want to be. You know, single Rob was who I am / who I was. Single Rob, getting back in the groove of things, about to get to your own flow, about to spend all your money on yourself, don't have to worry about nobody else's thoughts, feelings, opinions. Been there, done that, cool, I love it. Then you have the relationship opportunity with someone. And that is also who I am. I've been relationship guy, but it's also who I want to be. I'm not there yet. It's something I don't have and something I really want to achieve. And then, you know, you have that wild card, the actual person. And yeah, she helped remove a lot of doubt, fear, questions, and I made that choice. I said, do you want to just stay who you are and work towards these things, you know? But even more importantly, what about this relationship is going to prevent you from doing those things regardless? Nothing. You can still do all those things because fortunately for me, I have someone who actually listens, who actually takes the time to understand who I am, and someone who actually has a good understanding of who I am and understands why. Like, this is a prime example. The reader / gamer. We understand the foolishness and the obsessive behaviors behind these things. Like, prime example. there's been games I will buy the physical copy. I have a physical copy of the game. I love the case. Or maybe they dropped a special edition. I bought it. I have the statue. I have the metal bookcase. I love it. And then maybe 2 years later, the game will come out digitally for like, $20, $15. And I'll buy that too. But it's because now if I want to play it, I don't have to get up and put in a CD anymore.
Yeah.
That, and if I really love a company and I love what they've done, their product, that's supporting them. That's helping fund the next project. So I can get another great item. She does that. Like she'll have books and she'll be like, oh, I already have this book, but this is the alternate cover. Or this is a hardback. Or this is... So like we understand those things to whereas in the past, I wouldn't teased in the right word, but it was looked at as, oh, you're being childish or how can you like this? And it's like, it ain't even about that. This is my thing for me and this is something that makes me happy. If you're smart, you would want to figure out what makes your partner happy and how you can kind of tiptoe in that world and see what's going on and have some understanding so that when certain things happen or they retreat to that thing, it sends you a signal, okay, they're going to their happy place. Let me make sure everything is straight. Or when it's birthday time or Christmas time, hello, it helps, right? But, yeah, that's what it came down to, man. So when you're choosing between those two worlds, will one of those worlds prevent you from doing some things that you need to do or want to do? But also, are you trying to go back to the way you used to be versus the way you could be in the future? Or, who you want to be in the future? Maybe you do need to backtrack sometimes. Maybe you have some great habits and it's like, ooh, I need to go back to being that person. Or maybe this is a grand opportunity. Things ain't lined up the way you want them lined up perfectly, but it's still a dope opportunity. You're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Should you do it? That's a decision that's up to y'all. But I say if there's an opportunity to move forward and do something dope, do it. Because at the end of the day, either it's going to work or it ain't. But you will never know if you don't try. And this woman is someone I thought got away. Like, people talk about the one that got away. I'm not really big on the one and all that stuff, but there's definitely something special about her for sure. I definitely feel like she got away from me, but she came bite. And I was like, ooh, yeah, because of the type of person and type of woman that she is, very warm, caring and stuff like that too. I'm like, yeah, these are things these ain't just the things we want. These are the things we need over here. So let's go ahead and do this. But that's my message to you, brothers, man. Whatever worlds are trying to collide, man, take a step back, see where the collision is, and pick a side. That's all we got for y'all. We up out of here, man. It has been a great catching up with you. I'm glad you got the cat back. Hold up.
Yeah. You better not do that again.
Not for real, because that's that's basically family. So
Opposite.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
not
almost
you
mushed
having to
him.
come, not you having to get off work. That's wild, yo. But yo,
Like, legit, as my supervisor came off the elevator, he said, "Good morning." I said, "I have to go."
that's a dope
Yeah.
supervisor.
Truly.
Yo, make sure y'all download Pass the Peaz app, the only recipe app where you can create recipes and add video to each step. You can also create collaborative cookbooks and share it with your friends and family. Be on the lookout. Follow at Pass the Peaz on Instagram. We got something coming up that we're doing that's going to be really dope over the next month, and we want you all to participate, and you'll be able to participate right in the app. We'll see. We're going to figure some things out. But we love y'all, and until next time, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially. We'll catch y'all. Peace. What in the feezy? Let me hit the stop button, because you...